All right, Megan, you had basically just teed off and someone had posted a 60 today. What does that do for the mindset or the strategy going into the final day?
I mean, I said yesterday in this interview, I told you guys that we saw a 10 under, and you never know what to expect out there. You asked me how far you had to be back, and apparently 7 is a good spot to be. But overall, I mean, it's very impressive what Linnea did today. I mean, to go out there, shoot 11 under, and then hopefully wait around for. I mean, Ayaka played well as too, and it's probably stressful on her end as well, but definitely gave myself some motivation to kind of get out there and trying to chase and catch up. And it's definitely tough out there with the wind the way it was on the front nine. Thankfully, it kind of died down a little bit. I wouldn't say too much, but I was very happy with the way I struck the ball and how I handled myself out there.
And the mindset, knowing that someone had shot a 60, you just tried to play your own game and kind of not ignore it the best you could?
I mean, it's hard to ignore a 60 and, the lead being 14 under when you go out there and you're at an 8 under. You're already 6 back, and that's already a posted score. So it's definitely a little tougher. I tried to stay within myself. The front nine, wasn't necessarily hitting some close shots on the front nine, but was able to have some really good lag putts. It's tough out there with the wind, and, being happy with some 2 putts on the front nine, was able to escape the front 2 under. And, with 9 holes left, I kind of knew I had to kick into high gear with 9 holes and counting. So was definitely happy with how I played the back nine. Little sour finish, but, that's golf.
Can you just take us through the chip on 18? What were you trying to do and what happened?
It was a poor effort. No, there was like a little mound that I was just trying to kind of kill the ball into it and just have it kind of trickle over that little ridge to get close to the hole. Kind of got a little more adrenaline than I would have liked. Missed my spot, and Wailing was super nice. She asked if I wanted her to go for my birdie chip, and in my head I'm like, either way I gotta try to make it, so I might as well try now. But it's tough. We practice those shots, so it's a little disappointing to not pull it off. But 16 as well, it's a little sour. But at the end of the day, it's lessons to be learned.
And then you almost make the chip coming back. I mean, did you think maybe it was headed in, or?
I definitely thought so, but kind of when it started dying out, I kind of knew it was a little low. But it was a good effort on my half, but just wasn't my week to win.
Were the green speeds today pretty much the same as they were the first 2 days, or were they rolling a little bit differently?
The nerves start to get to you when you kind of get close to the top, especially with the holes running out. But, Jack and I, my caddy Jack and I, were just kind of having a good time out there, and, just tried to do what we did the last 2 days and just have some fun, and, kind of stayed in that same mentality. And for the most part, we did a pretty good job. I told him I was freaking out a little bit here and there, but, he was able to keep me calm.
How important is that when you feel the adrenaline get to you a little bit? We've talked about before how much you lean on Jack and how much he is kind of that calming presence, but how much does that help in a situation like that?
It's huge. I mean, I think, every player-caddy relationship differs slightly, but I think at the end of the day, that your caddy is truly your one teammate out there, and to be able to rely on them and trust them and listen, it's definitely a nice feeling to know that you're not alone out there. And a sport that is very much an individual sport.
All right. Well, thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.